Let's take a listen. I hope you enjoy this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go.
We have not done well on rural development. And you as the Women's League can take up this particular difficult objective and make it work for a significant proportion of the population of our country. Third legacy, she would surely urge the Women's League to work at developing a global women's movement to ensure mass responses to chauvinist assaults on the progressive advances women have made globally. You know what is happening to women in the United States of America. If we had a global women's movement, we would have stopped that assault. While there has been progress in women's rights, these often face challenges when conservative male agendas enjoy political prominence. And comrades, one of the lessons Mashope would surely communicate to us: don't be complacent. Don't be complacent. The public in the United States of America is totally bemused as to what is happening to them because they became complacent about their democracy. Don't be complacent. The only way to combat these tendencies at wasting away at our advances is to ensure that women across the world unite. And South African women, through the African National Congress Women's League, are among the most organized in the world, and they should lead this unity. Fourthly, Mashope would expect South Africa to play a key role in advancing Africa's development agenda. We cannot be absent for Africa. We have to be there. We have to be leading. While our continent has made important strides, in socio-economic terms, comrades, we remain trapped in our colonial legacies and have failed to draw on the massive benefit that could accrue from a united Africa action. Just think for a moment of the impact that the formation of OPEC had for the Gulf states on oil pricing. Imagine if Africa, the most mineral-rich continent in the world, could form a united organization on mineral pricing and Africa itself determine the prices. Unity could achieve that. Fifthly, Mashope would call on us as adult women to pass on the lessons and philosophy of equality to young women and to ensure that a solid foundation for continuing advances in equality is laid through intergenerational collaboration. Now, having suffered from being called an old woman by ANC members, I really hope we make value out of intergenerational cooperation, because older women have a great deal to offer, young women have a great deal to offer, and working together we would be a strong force. Mashope would stress that to achieve these objectives, the African National Congress and its Women League and Youth League require...
She actually says that the old guys, they have a part to play, and also the young women, they have got a role to play, okay? which I think she means that, you know, they can come together and then and do what they are supposed to be doing. The problem is, though, in sometimes the old guys, because they are about to check out. Now, this is very important. Because they are about to check out, some of them, they usually want to consolidate, or they want to, when they go out of politics, they retire, they do whatever. In other words, they want to go out with more resources on their side. That means more money, more this, more that, okay? So in most cases, then you find out that young people, they are complaining because it seems like they are blocking them, even though it may not be intentional. But because of the way, you know, they want to go out of politics, they want to go out with some other things, you know, we all know that, guys, you know, because you are in an environment where you are about to go out, and then what you need to do, some people, they look at it as if like, I want to, when I go out, I want to go out at least better off. In other words, having some more resources than I did when I was in politics. And then young people, they look at that as if like they are blocking them. That is why young people sometimes they complain about that, to say, yeah, the old people, they must just move, because it seems like and it looks like they are blocking them. And when you look at the young people in their view, you may not actually argue with them a lot, because we all see that these old guys, they are holding into power and they don't want to move. You know, and on their side, maybe the other person who is older, he might say, or she might say, listen, just give them a chance, just, you know, use their experience and all of it. And they always use this thing of saying, we need the old people so that there is experience. I do get all of that. But they must not block the door and be like, yeah, young people, they must just sit outside there as if like they are not part of the future, because people who are part of the future are young people. People who can see the future are young people. The old people are there. According to me, you old people should be at the background, to be honest with you, and the young people, young women, they should be at a bit of a front. Not, when I say at the background, the old people, I don't mean they should like do nothing. No, they should be there, but the people that should be in front are actually young women and also young people, young leaders, because we are all about the future. You guys don't understand. We are all about the future. The leaders that we build today are going to be leaders in the future. And when I say we are about the future, it means we need to build right now for the future. We need to build leaders right now for the future. If the Women's League, they are looking to have a woman president one day or in the future, they need to build that person right now. Build that person to be the president. Don't wait until, and then now you are starting to, you know, and then you end up picking a wrong people or wrong person. All right? That's all I'm saying, okay? I understand the point, but I also believe that old people, they must just open up a bit, okay? They must not like block and as if like they don't want them to be there. You know, I'm just saying, just my opinion, as you all know, okay? Let's continue.
Selfless, committed leaders and members who place service to the people above all else. Comrades, this area is our biggest fault line. We have forgotten that we exist to serve the people, that we exist for the people. We need to bring that back by scrutinizing very carefully the leaders that we affirm, and by ensuring that if our leaders fail at their duty, whatever position they occupy, we will hold them to account. Ms Shope would surely stress that revolutionary morality and genuine renewal will secure victory for our leadership. We shouldn't be talking about renewal in conceptual terms. We must talk about it in practical terms. We must have branches that respect members, branches that meet regularly, branches that have political discussion, branches that allow everyone to become a member of the ANC. I believe she would say, It is possible, comrades, to arrest the slide. It is possible, comrades, to restore our lost glory. And we have lost our glory. Let's not pretend about it. We have lost it. The people are looking at us with disdain. The people are looking at us with horror and shame. So we have work to do to restore the glory. It's like, you know, that pot at home when you burnt the cabbage. If you use the sponge scourer, that cabbage blackness won't go away. But if you use the hard one, the copper wire, you'll get rid of it. We need that renewal. And 10th, surely, 9th, surely, she would urge, go back to the branch. Masithi amandla asebasebeni. It's not rhetoric. It's not iculo elimnandi. It is a reality. When you have strong branches, you have a strong ANC. And she would say, alongside those strong branches, let us have active members in service to the communities in which we organize. People would ask Comrade Jesse Duarte a question in regional meetings. Our clinic is not functioning. And she'd say, who do you expect to make it function, comrade? You are ANC, you live here. You are the leadership. There should not be a functioning clinic if there is an ANC branch. There should not be a non-functioning clinic if there's an ANC branch. There should not be a school without stationery if there's an ANC branch. There should not be an area which runs out of water and has crooks delivering water in trucks if there's an active ANC branch. There should not be criminals who steal electricity wiring if we have an ANC branch. If we know our communities as branch leaders and branch members, we know who the tsotsis are and we will call them out. It is the only way we can defeat them. Comrades, we're confronting very serious problems. All of them require a strong African National Congress. I just flew back from Cape Town today. In this week, we've had 4 gang-related murders, just this week, of children who are not members of gangs, but who got caught up in the line of fire. We have to do something about these criminals. We've got to learn from other countries on how the scourge was fought. All the problems we confront are not problems that have not occurred in other societies. We need to learn from other societies on how we deal with these difficult problems and ensure that we address them. Mashope would say, there is nothing worse in an organization or in a country than a leader who has no solution. We can't be asking someone else, how do we solve this? The people are looking to us to resolve it. So in final terms, what would Mashope say? I believe, comrades, that her legacy to us would simply be
Mr. Ramaphosa. You see, guys, I don't know, but I know that, you know, in politics, sometimes you have to actually capitalize on whatever weakness you find in your opposition or in the person that is opposing you, you know, and all of it. But when I listened to what she was talking about the branches. She was talking about the leadership as a whole in the ANC, you know, in the ANC from the president downwards. That means he's talking to everyone, not only to Mr. Ramaphosa. Obviously, it will come to Mr. Ramaphosa because he's a leader of the party. But people who are also supposed to be actually showing leadership. Actually, according to me, I believe that leaders who are at the top, in most cases, they are made to look good by the people that are working on the ground. That's why a leader who is very wise, when he chooses people to be on the ground, when he chooses people to work with them, actually he chooses people he can trust, he chooses people who will do the job, so that when those guys are doing a great job, it makes the person who looks good. Because the person, like the president or a CEO, is not on the ground. He's not going around, going to people, going around on the ground, checking whatever. Because according to them, they don't have time. They have to go overseas. They have to have meetings. They have to have this. So they trust these guys that are at the bottom. If you choose wrong people, if you choose corrupt people, in the case of the politician, in the case of politics, corrupt people, people who have questionable characters, people that even when they come in, people they will question, then you will have a problem, because you will always defend, always fight battles that you shouldn't be fighting, because you are choosing wrong people. Okay, that is why if you could, I can tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there was no guy who was very happy than Mr. Ramaphosa when the GNU happened. Because Mr. Ramaphosa now, he thought that things are going to be easy for him. Why? Because they've got other people from other parties, maybe who are not tainted when it comes to corruption and everything like that. At least maybe he thought it's going to be easy. But unfortunately in his party, where every time a person comes up, there's a corruption related to them. And on the other side, deputy presidents, they are linked with some things. On the other side, it's just a mess. That is why, guys, I am saying, okay, Miss Pandor was talking about the holistic thing, because she understands that even if you can take Mr. Ramaphosa out, if in the ground, the leaders that are in the ground, that are chosen in the ground, in the branches, they are not doing what they're supposed to be doing, even if you can bring someone that you think can do better, all right? It's going to be the same thing, because the people on the ground, you are keeping the same people. That is why, according to me, any person who takes over as a president, they must just change everyone. Change everyone, start afresh, my guy. Put people that are not tainted in corruption or anything, and put them there, let them do the work. Simple as that. But if you are going to come in, and then after coming in, even if it's a woman's leader, woman's president, when they come in and they keep the same people, it's going to be chai. It's going to be the same thing, the same story. Okay? So, for me, when I was listening to this, it was not only about Mr. Ramaphosa. It was about every person who is in leadership in the ANC. Which I think if you are from another party, from another party opposition, whatever, you listen to this speech, actually, it should also help you to actually look at things in different way and actually take on what she actually said. Because this is a learning, actually, a speech, you know. And for you guys, as I said, what you need to learn here is the context. She was talking about the branches, the ANC as a whole, right? Because the leadership is it's everyone who is in leadership in the ANC, from the Secretary General downwards to the chairperson, going down to the president, deputy president, going down on the ground, councillor, mayor, premier, everyone, chairperson of a branch, chairperson, everyone is involved in there. She was not talking only to Mr. Ramaphosa, because the leadership it's a collective thing. That's what you need to look at things. When a person makes a speech, check the context. Okay? Even though I know that Mr. Ramaphosa, to be honest with you guys, I don't want to lie to you. I think Mr. Ramaphosa is tired. He's tired. I think he wants to go. He wants to, according to what I'm saying. Some people, I believe that he's tired. He just wants to, be wherever he wants to be and just relax. I can tell you, being a president, it's knee, pap, and fleece. You can complain there and think that you can do better. It's knee, pap, and fleece. No pap and fleece. Go and ask previous presidents. Catch them on the corner and ask them. Without cameras, ask them. They will tell you, yeah, I wanted to live in that thing. I wanted to leave that thing because it is so stressful. It is too much. Okay? It's not justification of people not. She says that Miss Gertrude Shope said that a leader who doesn't have solutions, it's a problem. That is why I said the dialogue thing, and I repeat, the dialogue thing, if it's not a solution-based dialogue, for me, it becomes useless. Any dialogue, any conversation we must have as South African and particular blacks, it has to be solution based so that we get solutions. And when we get those solutions, implementation is the name of the game. Except that, we are doomed. We will always complain about the same things every day, sit down, talk every day. But if it's not based on solutions, it's chai. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. You know what to do. I'm